Hey everybody, Papa Gord here. This is going to be kind of a precursor into my top whatever for my Black Series for 2020. I made some notes just to make it a little bit easier on myself and for you guys. Just to recap what it was like to be a Black Series fan, collector, whatever term you want to put in. We've definitely had some highs with some really impressive figures this year and some lows, store exclusives, I definitely would put at the lowest for sure in this past year for 2020. So I'm just going to kind of go down and point a few things out. I might miss some things. Going through, there was a lot of stuff this year. Absolutely a lot of stuff. And that doesn't even include all the Black Series releases this year. So we're just going to touch upon. But if I happen to miss anything, please, down in the comments, let me know. Also, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe. Let's push, get the numbers up, guys. I really appreciate it. Just takes a second, doesn't cost you anything. So let's get into my recap. So we transitioned from the old school red and black boxes that we've had for more than a few years. I have been on record easily saying I still do like the deco on waves, the first two, like the orange and black boxes and the blue and black boxes. I still really like them. I don't know why. It is just, I don't know. They just more appealing than the red and black. Now, the new box style that we have with the little bit of an angle, and they can go together because now it's, I think, called Galaxy or something. So now they're broken into either movies or TV series or cartoon, you name it. That's how it's being broken down now. And you put them all together and it forms a mural. Really good. If you're an inbox person, I just don't know how you display it. Either figure out, or are you going to library style it so we can have the mural. So I'm glad I'm an out-of-box collector, so I don't have to worry about that. Mandalorian, what can you say? What a ride the Mando took us on this past season. So of course we're gonna see more Mandalorian things. We did get more in the Black Series, and we got the credit collection, which at first I wasn't going to jump on. The more I finally saw some pictures, and because I'm an inbox guy, or not see, look at that. These are staying in package because the figures translate better when you know because I mean, I have friends, you know, we do, that maybe don't like Star Wars or know any of this stuff and think, wow, that figure is a really odd color, and at least in that I can say, well, this is why that figure was painted that way, or whatever. So the credit collection, I'm very happy I did get the 5. I'm kind of hoping that's it. I don't need any more of those, but hey, you never know. People keep saying that they're hearing that there's going to be more, and I'll still get them because, yeah. 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. So of course you knew we were going to get repacks, maybe a few new figures, what have you, and they did not disappoint. I think we had three waves of card back figures, which I did get the Boba Fett because I did. I lucky enough I have some other versions of Boba Fett on card. I like Boba Fett, So, of course, I had to have that. I do remember saying, hey, this is great. I won't have to get hardly any of them at all. And I think I bought every single one. Again, I think except for Chewbacca. I think he's the only one I didn't buy again. So, what are you gonna do? New vehicle. Finally got a new vehicle after, as far as like a large vehicle, after the First Order TIE Fighter. We got the Snowspeeder. And what a glorious vehicle it is. I wish I had someplace better than storing it underneath my First Order TIE Fighter, which is just kind of tucked into the corner, blocking partial view of some of my shelving because I don't have any place to put it. And I won't get rid of it. But that Snowspeeder, Hasbro, thank you. That is great. A few little tweaks here and there, but honestly, I couldn't be happier with it. And we got a DAC. It's awesome. I love it. Other vehicles. Speeder bike. Sure we could do that. We got one in the Heroes of Endor convention set. And then we did get the one with the remnant, if you want to call him, the biker scout from the Mandalorian with the child's head. So, a couple vehicles, not too bad. A repack of the Hoth Wampa. So I guess we got a creature. So that was it. There wasn't any kind of more low key vehicles or like smaller scale speeders or anything like that. A great job by so many creative people out there who are fantastic at doing 3D printing and modeling and making their own. I am super jealous. There is some fantastic stuff out there to buy, even to add to your collection. So let's see, gaming greats. Got some more additions to the gaming greats line. Sure, thank you. I think in some of the live streams we've definitely hit upon a few more that we'd like to see. Might be less reuse of parts for some of the figures I think that we had called out for. So let's see what 2021 brings for that line. I'm all for that for sure. Carbonized figures, we got a few more of those. I think that's another line I'm ready to see just kind of stop. Unless, again, we get a Phasma or a C-3PO. Somebody that needs to be shiny like that. Other than that, I don't need another bluish Darth Vader. Boba Fett, I love him. I don't know if I need another Empire Strikes Back inspired look. I know we have Jedi coming this year, so which is fantastic. But yeah, I think I'm okay with the carbonized look going away. So that's plenty. Galaxy's Edge. For all of those difficult, those 3 packs or 3 and a bit packs that you could get at the Disney parks, that unless you went to California or Florida, or were lucky enough to know somebody that lived around the area that went pretty regularly and could buy and ship to you, you were out of luck. That meant like no Hondo. That was the big one. Pyre was another one. The Mountain Trooper, which isn't in anything, which I still love. It's a fantastic figure. So you couldn't get that stuff. The little mouse droid. So there were some really good ones there. Now, being a Target / Toys R Us exclusive, they released them in singles. So we had Hondo, which he was the big one. We had a Pyre. We had Captain Cardinal, which that was a whole new thing. DJ Rex, which I think is still proving to be a real pain for Canadian collectors. Again, shout out to my real great American friends out there, I don't have to worry about that. So I wasn't even going to get them, but yeah. So, so we got those released, the singles. Hondo's Droid. Ooh, that's an interesting one. But, it's another subline, and at least it made it, I don't know, easier. I don't know how much easier, but you didn't need to go and buy those 3 in a bit packs. But if you do want, like, the mouse droid, for instance, you need to get the bigger one. But anyways, so we had that. Convention figures. Oh boy, that's another one. There was no conventions this year. Sounds like already for this year coming up, 2021, that some of the big ones are already sounding like they're not going to be there this year. So will it be the same? Who knows? But we had a PulseCon, and Hasbro, they undid their fly and just dropped a big log of holy geez. Between your G.I. Joes and your Transformers and your Power Rangers and your Marvel Legends and your Star Wars The Black Series, there were some really great looking things. So the big one, the Heroes of Endor set, the how am I going to display this box set. It's a thing of beauty. It is definitely way up there on my favorite convention pieces. So we had that. We had, again, like I said, the Hoth Wampa with the nice shiny packaging, just with the repainted Wampa in there. It was another nice one, little nod to a throwback. And then there was Cad Bane with Toto 360 and the Armorer, which, fast forward now, is quite abundant at Toys R Us up in Canada, which is really frustrating because I paid what I would have bought 3 Armorers is what I paid for one, and that was just to get it shipped. Yeah, so yeah, not great. So Canadians are doing rather well in the Deluxe Armorer front. So, but those were and still are proving to be, especially the Cad Bane is difficult to come by. Again, I think I was able to look after doing that one myself. Again, shout out to Mike and Brian for sure. They had me covered as well. But yeah, it all worked out. So we had some great convention sets. I don't know what we're gonna see this year. It'll be interesting. So I'm looking forward to it, sort of. And then I don't know, last but not least or whatever, everybody's favorite, the Holiday Trooper figures. Again, if I wasn't the Canadian Santa Claus, I think this would have been a pass for me. But I have them now, and I absolutely love them. That's all I'm gonna say. I know it's a division, so that is that's what I got for you. Now, definitely last on my list. We covered pretty well most of it. Yeah, hopefully you saw some of the pictures or whatever. Just to remind you, I was doing it this way because this, with just the amount, the process, it's becoming overwhelming looking up what was released in 2020 from the start to the end, and we had some late finishers like right up to the end of the year show up in 2020, but there was just a lot. And then to look at and go, well, this happened and this happened and that happened and this was this and that was that. That's a lot of information. So I know me, I would turn that into my top whatever, and it would be a marathon video to get through. So I figure, might as well put this ramble out there. If you want to watch it, great. If not, whatever, no harm, no foul, whatever. But the last thing I want to touch on is convention exclusives. Not convention, sorry. Store exclusives. That, amongst other things for myself this past year, that is what nearly broke me as a fan, as a collector, but as a fan, like Star Wars, it's a big part of me. So yeah, trying to find, like, if it wasn't for especially for community this past year, I think a lot of us would have been SOL. I think for sure it was definitely a bright spot in an otherwise very dark year for all of us, and not just for the main reason 2020 was garbage, but we all had things going on besides one thing in common. But on a positive thing in common, we have this, and and whatever, Hot Wheels, Lego, video game, we're all fans. So trying to find 4 figures from one store, being a Canadian collector, was almost crushing, almost soul crushing, and that was almost enough to make me, I was super close to just being done collecting. So yeah, so it was difficult. I managed to pull it off for everything. I got one of everything this year. Some regrets, some were fantastic, but yeah, it's what a year for, and this is just Black Series. So I know Legends and Transformers were really big. Power Rangers is coming on pretty strong as well. G.I. Joe, let's Cobra Island, enough said. So yeah, anyway guys, I hope you like this video. Tries to put it, there's a lot of things we forget that's happened over the past 12 months. So I like kind of seeing these recaps every once in a while, because it helps refresh an otherwise dull mind. So that's going to do it for this. Look for my top whatever coming fairly soon. Later, guys. Comment, share, like, subscribe. All the usual YouTube mumbo jumbo. Later.